The Rock Whisperer. Do you hear the earth talking to you?
In this video, we're going to go over how to do a profile. So here we're looking at our topographic map, and then down here on the bottom, we're going to wind up drawing our profile on the grid that they've already set up for us. So some information that they give us on this: one, they're telling us our contour interval is 10. So we know that the difference between each of these lines, the contour lines, the elevation lines, is going to be 10, which is going to be useful and will help us out. We can see here we have 250, here we have 300, so we know that this would be 260, 270, 280, 290, and 300. We also can see that this 300 line is a little bit darker and bolder. That comes over just underneath point B, and going up this would be 310, 320, 330, 340, and then we know that this last circle would be 350. So when we go to do this, we need a piece of scrap paper. We take our piece of scrap paper and we put it on between point A and point B. And we know that we're starting at 300, and we know that this V right here in the middle is 250. So that'll help us because we're covering up our numbers that we already have. So if you need to, you can write them up here also. We know this is 290, and it's going to be small and hard to read for you. 280, 270, 260, and we know that those lines follow through. So line up my paper. I'm going to mark point A and label it A. That's also 310. And point B, so our paper, if it moves, we know that it moves, and we can make sure we're lined up again. And we know that this is also 310. We know we have 300, 290, 280, 270, 260. This is 250, and this is 250. And we know that we're going downhill and going to a river. So similar to the video we saw earlier, I'm going to put a minus sign because we know that's going to go underneath the line. 260, 70, 80, 90, and this over here is going to be 300 again. I'm going to also label my 270, so it's, as we're going through, we remember where we are. These kind of are scrunched together, so it's kind of hard to label everything on there, but we should make sure that we have all of that on there. So we now move this down to the bottom, and we have our A and our B. You can see that those line up. Again, I highly recommend you slide your paper. So the lowest one we have is 250. So make sure my A and B are lined up. And I'm going to mark my 250, 250. Slide my paper up. 260, 260. Slide it up again. 270, 270. 280. We get to the 290. 300s. And then we have our last point, which are A's and B's. Now that I have those there, I should be making all these X's. So I'm going to finish these off and make these X's right through the points that I had. Then what we want to do is we want to draw a smooth line. So we draw a smooth curved line through the middle of these X's down to here at 250, and through here down to 250. And remember, we said that this was going through the river right here. It was going downhill, so it's got to be underneath our 250 line, but we cannot go down and touch the 240 line. So it's got to dip below like that. So that is how we would make a profile. And as I said with the previous video, with drawing the ISO lines, I'll go through and do the rest of these profiles on here without talking through them and just draw so you can see what I was doing. If you have any questions, just ask.
Don't forget to listen to the earth. You just may